Yoodle, scooty in. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Okay, I'm just not used to filming with my hair down. I asked you guys yesterday on my Instagram using that new question sticker thing on the stories, which I've never actually used before. I wanted you guys to tell me your expectations for university, and I thought that it would be quite fun for me to just sit down and tell you whether that expectation is true or not, and just give you a bit of information about the reality if it's not really true. And this is all based on my experiences, obviously. So my first 2 years of university as a UK student doing biology, so a science degree. These are in no particular order as well, so we're just gonna get right into this. The first one is meet bae. Do you meet bae at university? I think a lot of people do meet someone that they may end up being with their whole life or marrying even at university, but at the same time not everyone does. If you find the man or woman of your life at university, then congratulations to you, but don't go to university with the mindset that you have to find someone that you want to live with for the rest of your life. If you meet bae, you meet bae. If you don't, then you don't. It's no biggie, really. Making lots of lifelong friends, that is definitely true. I've definitely met people that I'm going to be friends with for a very long time, I hope. Some very genuinely nice people, people that I can really connect with, and that was a real difference for me because at school I just came out with not many friends at all. I made a whole video about my social life at school and how it kind of changed at university. Now this one makes me laugh. A nice clean kitchen. Okay, I'd just say that if you have a mom or a dad that is very OCD about a kitchen, and in my case it's my mom, then just don't bring them to university, okay? I was quite lucky because the people around me didn't tend to use the kitchen very much, and I was the main person that used the kitchen, I suppose, so that was great, and that meant that I could always clean the work surfaces. I just like spray the surfaces whenever I use the kitchen. I wipe the surfaces down before I put anything on there. There was a corner in the kitchen in my second year that was just for like junk and for unwashed stuff. I mean, if somebody left something out, then I would move it to that corner because I'm not dealing with your mess, like, no. I've been into some kitchens, some gyps at uni, and they stink. They're awful, they're so messy. Note to all you guys going to university, and if you're at university, then I really just hope that you leave the kitchen in a state that is clean and hygienic for the next person, because it's just not nice to come into a dirty kitchen with crumbs and melted cheese and everything else on the work surface, grease. No, you have to learn to be responsible adults and just keep it clean, because it's not nice coming into something when there's mess everywhere, okay? Advice. Running out of money. So I'm someone that's very conscious about spending money wisely, so I didn't actually run out of money. Yes, I'm using a student loan. I have a student loan, technically in a lot of debt right now, but I mean, if you spend money quite wildly, then you might run out of money. I don't know. I think it just depends on you as a person. Like, I'm someone who does not spend a lot of money at all. I spend most of my money at uni on food, because as someone who cooks all their meals and things like dance, what else do I spend my money on? I mean, if you've got like an NUS card in the UK, student discount cards, like get as many discounts as you can get as a student, because there are lots on offer. If you drink alcohol, then that's where a lot of your money might go. I don't drink alcohol, so it's a great plus for me, you know? I don't have to spend money on that stuff. Most people go out every night / a lot during freshers and in the first few weeks. Freshers week is a very crazy manic week, I'd say. And yes, I think a lot of people do go out quite a lot in freshers week. That's kind of what freshers week has become. It's just become a week of people going out. But having said that, I didn't do it myself. I found other things that I could do. I did not go out at all during Freshers Week. I didn't even go to a club. I went to Spoons and then I went back because I was really homesick, and I don't really enjoy doing it a lot anyways. But I know that a lot of people just party hard. But it doesn't mean to say that you have to then follow and you have to do that yourself. If you ask for help at university, then it looks bad. No, that's not true. You should not be afraid to ask for help at university. Just because you're growing up and you're at university and you're supposed to be more independent, it doesn't mean to say that you can't ask for help. Don't just leave yourself on your own and try and sort things out yourself. No matter what age you are in life, you always need to ask for help if you need it, okay? You should not be afraid to ask for help. Peer pressure. I've never been peer pressured into doing anything, whether that be drinking alcohol with someone who's teetotal, try a cigarette, peer pressured sexually. I've never experienced that. I've just never been in a situation where I would have been peer pressured into doing something. And I think like a lot of people people who are my friends and they know me, they know that I don't drink alcohol, so there's no point in them trying to force alcohol down me when I don't drink that stuff. I think if you are mixing with the right people and mixing with people that are genuinely your friends, then you're not going to be peer pressured into doing anything. Perfect opportunity to talk about these guys. I was actually really kindly sent these non-alcoholic beverages from this new kind of brand called Dietetics. I probably am going to take them to uni with me, or I might try one of them at home. I'm not sure, because my mum is very keen to try. I don't want alcohol in me, but these things, you know, these bad boys are loaded with, they have no added sugar, artificial sweeteners, flavors, colors, preservatives, caffeine or sulfite, and they actually have in them vitamin B12. Oh my gosh, they have vitamin B12. They have vitamin C, vitamin B5, 3, 1, all this great stuff. It's 100% vegan, cruelty-free, plant-based and healthy, which is great, and I love this. It says on it somewhere. They favor antioxidant, anti-inflammatories, antitoxins and anti-dehydration. Are these the same? They're dry. I don't even know what that means, like wet and dry wine. For wine lovers, I'm not a wine lover, but hey. If you want to check out Dietetics, the link will be down below. But yeah, thank you very much, Dietetics, for sending me those. I'm very excited to try. Shared bathroom. That just depends on your accommodation and what you apply for. Obviously, you pay more for like an ensuite or a private bathroom. Hard work, but worth it in the end. That is definitely a good way to summarize university, because yes, it is hard work. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy, but it's definitely worth it in the end. There's nothing really more to say. You can't handle the insane speed at which you have to take notes. So unlike school, a lecturer who stands at the front and talks to you for about an hour won't pause and won't go back. They'll just go at their own pace. Some are faster than others, and yeah, you have to write fast, and often there are gaps in my notes when I go back to it, and you just kind of get used to it. It's all about kind of finding a good way of making notes that works for you. Obviously that takes time, but I am going to be talking a bit more about note taking in upcoming videos, so yeah, stay tuned for those. Not enough time to do a sport either competitively or for fun. That is definitely not true. If you've watched my videos, you will know that I do a lot of stuff and I fit it all in. I don't really know how sometimes, but I do. You should not be scared about having to give up something that you love, whether that's dance in my case, but I know my friend, one of my closest friends at uni, like Izzy, she is a very competitive runner. She does like 800 meters and 1500 meters. She's so good. She's probably gonna be in the Olympics one day, you know, I put my bets on that. But yeah, she finds time to do that as well. Making friends immediately. During Freshers Week, when you have lots of social events, you will meet a lot of people, guaranteed, but that doesn't mean to say you will become very close friends with those people afterwards. You might never see them again. You guys saw so many people. Have I seen them again? No. Fast-paced lectures and mind-numbing study sessions. The lectures, as I said, the pace just varies, and in my case we have supervisions, and sometimes they are the most draining things ever, and I come out of them sometimes with like headaches, not because I'm dehydrated, but because my brain is just pounding. I've been thinking so hard. I'm essentially brain dead. Supervisions are already intense sometimes, and they make you think super hard. Labs also do that too. So yeah, study sessions can be really intense. That what you study has to be your one passion. It is something that you should be really passionate about if you've chosen to study a single subject at university, but I love so many things outside my degree, so YouTube, social media, dance, fitness, all things food related. Like, you can love your subject, which I do, but you can also love other things. You know, your heart's not that small, come on. Learning how to be an adult, whether you like it or not, you kind of have to take on some adult responsibilities, you know. Cooking for yourself, whether you want to do it all the time like me or just sometimes. Going shopping, doing your laundry, washing, cleaning and doing your work. You have to be a bit more of an adult. But having said that, it doesn't mean to say that you say goodbye to your childhood. Yes, it can be really independent sometimes, but at the same time I'm quite immature and I can be crazy and weird, as you kind of see, I assume, from this YouTube channel. It's really fun, but it's a lot of work. Yes, it's really fun. When people say that university is so much fun, they're not lying to you. I thought people were always lying to me before this. And it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but that's not a bad thing. I choose to have the balance of, you know, working hard or as hard as I can and having things going on outside, and that is fun for me at university. A lot of people think university is a lot harder than it seems, or people make out that university is, you know, like so hard, the workload is insane and it's so intense and you will never be able to get it all done, but that's not true. You don't just have to scrape by, you can do well and you can enjoy yourself. So don't be freaked out if you're worried about workload. No matter what people tell you, trust me, university is not as scary as it sounds. Making food every day is very hard. For me, no, it's not hard at all. I make my food every single day. I don't go out to eat very much. I do my shopping and my cooking all for myself. This is when it comes down to the fact that university is hard work, but it shouldn't be work all the time. You need to have breaks and times for you to de-stress. Like cooking is when I FaceTime home. Most of the time it's a case of just like, you know, boiling some stuff in a pan, whether that be veg, which I have all the time, or like pasta or rice, or doing my microwave chip. Or sometimes I'd be more extravagant, I'd be making like a sweet potato curry thing. You know, I love making my food. If I wasn't vegan, I would still be making all my own food, so you know. Dealing with giant amount of information to learn. I personally think that for as long as you have exams, like whether they're at school or whether they're at uni, there's always going to be a lot of information you need to just learn. So you're never really going to escape that one, I think. Everyone actually enjoys studying and is motivated. People genuinely do enjoy the subject that they do, so that means that they will enjoy learning about it. When it comes to exams though, everyone will moan. Everyone will moan at least some point during exam season, guaranteed, and throughout the year. I love studying, but it doesn't mean to say that I don't complain sometimes that I've got a lot to do, but we do enjoy what we do. We do like to learn. It makes you feel accomplished and happy. Yes, it does. As I said before, it's 100% worth it. All your hard work will pay off, and once you've finished a year, you've got your grade and you're kind of like, oh, you know, I just finished my second year or my first year. You do feel quite chuffed with yourself and you feel accomplished because it's something you've put money into. So when you've invested in something and you're getting a good return on that investment, speaking in economics terms, even though I know nothing about economics, it makes you feel good. Work 99% of the time? No. I'm not going to put a figure to it, but it's definitely not 99% of the time. I will be productive and able to balance my social life. See, I like it when the assumptions or the expectations are like this. You have to tell yourself that you're going to find the time to do these things and that you're going to be productive, because you are. Can't afford to buy healthy food such as fresh fruit. I buy fresh fruit and veg every week. I do my weekly shopping. Meat, dairy, animal products, they're way more expensive than fruit and vegetables. I'm vegan, plant-based whole foods diet. So that means buying fruit and veg and all things plants, basically. My shopping bills are not very expensive at all. There won't be enough time to do everything that you want to do in Freshers Week. I would say that is quite true, because Freshers Week is this crazy week where there's just so many events and you really need to be on it. There's a lot of stuff to do in Freshers Week and you might not get it all done, but just do what you can, just go to as much as possible. Multiple mental breakdowns. I actually don't think I've had a single mental breakdown during my 2 years. I just think that sitting there crying and worrying about everything like that and having a huge mental breakdown, for me, I just think it's a waste of my time. It won't make me feel any better. Some people will love to just let it out in tears. You're allowed to obviously cry, but I just don't really like to let my stress out like that. If I am stressed, I will do stuff to relieve that stress. I will go to dance, I will go to the gym, go on a run, something like that, cook, talk to people at home, just so that I don't leave my stress to build up and reach the stage when I am having a mental breakdown. Uni can get lonely sometimes. I'd say that you definitely learn to enjoy your own company a bit more, just because you have your own room and you are a bit more independent, but that doesn't mean to say that you need to get lonely, because there are always people around you, always events going on. Go and do sport, you know, lectures, there's everyone there. So I've never really felt lonely, to be honest with you. It was only during Freshers Week when I was really homesick, but that's a kind of different story. Eat junk food all the time. I cook really healthy meals, I'm not gonna lie. And I really do encourage you guys not to just give in to like the pot noodles and unhealthy junk food and go out buying chips and burgers and takeaways and kebabs and all this stuff. Like, no, like you shouldn't have to go to university and feel that you need to eat all this rubbish food. Invest in your health, put money into good food, go shopping, cook yourself meals, you know? I don't like this idea of university being a place where it's all really stressful and you just eat junk food all the time. Like, I don't preach that at all. So much more freedom. Yes, there is a lot more freedom at university with everything, really. You can plan your day, you can kind of control how much work you want to do, you can do what you want when you want. I quite like that. I didn't think I would like that, but I do quite like the independence and the freedom. You're always busy and there's never time to rest. I say that yes, I am always busy, but I like being busy. Be prepared to be busy, but be prepared to be busy and productive. There's a difference. You're not busy for a bad reason, you're busy for a good reason. When I've had a busy, productive day, I feel so good. As we said, accomplished, you know? You barely sleep 6 hours. It doesn't have to be true. I can hands down say I always get at least 7 or 8 hours sleep. Most of the time it's 8 hours, and I know that I need to look after myself if I am going to do well and be productive every day. You should not have to compromise sleep. Sometimes you might have to do that if you've gone out clubbing, but as I said, I don't do that very often anyway. I'm never in the library or studying throughout the night. I've never done that, and I don't advise it, because I think it's more important to get sleep and rest. hardly any free time. At university, you just need to make sure that you do plan your day so that you leave time for yourself. Otherwise, you will just get caught up in doing all these other things. You need to be mindful, as I keep saying, of your health, your well-being. You need to focus on you. If you need free time, if you need a break, then take a break. You need to do that and prioritize that at university. You get to know all the porters because you locked yourself out. Yeah, that's true. That is quite true. I do lock myself out. Not as much as some people, but I do lock myself out. And I have to go to the porters in my dressing gown and my socks and flip-flops. I'm going to cry every day. I cried every day when I was homesick. But if I wasn't homesick, I was fine. And I got over that mainly because I gave it time and because I tried to keep myself as busy as possible. You won't cry every day though for your whole degree, I can guarantee you that. Being overwhelmed. At the start, I think I was overwhelmed just because it's all different and everything's completely new, but you get used to it. Final one, that you have to go out to clubs and you have to drink. That is not true. You don't have to go out to clubs and you don't have to drink. You just have to do what you want to do. I always say this, but it is so true. I don't just do things because everyone else is doing things. I am quite alternative in many ways. I am not one to just follow a crowd and do things because everyone else is doing something. That is what I'm going to leave you with. Just don't follow the crowd and don't feel you have to do anything, because you don't. I am drying up. I feel as if I've drank some alcohol. I'm so dry. I hope this video has been useful and it's kind of reassured you, given you a bit more information, advice, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Please like it if you did. I'm planning on doing a video that specifically focuses on debunking some of the myths surrounding Oxbridge students, because I really want to talk about that. I feel quite strongly about some of those myths and I want to debunk them. So if you'd like to see that video, please give this one a thumbs up as well. Comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell. And yes, I hope you had a very nice day. If you're at university already, I hope you are enjoying it. Yes, I will speak to you in another video, guys. Thank you for watching as always. Goodbye.